Hey, hi, and welcome to another weekly connection. I'm glad to see you. There's lots going on, and for the risk of sounding like a broken record, we have to say that this is about love is the answer. Remember the Beatles? I love that one when John Lennon and the Beatles came out with, all we need is love. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought we were so close, but we weren't. So here we are. Still working on the same old thing. But what's important is to understand that the more we're working this, the more we're dissolving those negative thought patterns. So, when we choose a positive thought, we are turning that energy to love. The only way to get rid of anger and fear, because anger and fear are the opposite of love, is to fill yourself with light and allow yourself to feel love, kindness, and compassion. So remember that we are reaching this point where the ego might fight back a little bit. That's okay. That's expected. No big deal. Like a baby crying before they go down to sleep because they don't want to give it up. But the fact is, sleep is coming. The fact is, the ego is being dissolved. The fact is that we are becoming stronger and stronger in the light with every single day. Lady Portia is really big on making sure we understand that we are dissolving as much 3D karma as you can get. And this is like monumental. Look, in my workshops, I talk about the yugas and the different phases that the earth has gone through. Every planet goes through these phases. Actually, every orb goes through these phases. But, the earth is going from a downward cycle to an upward cycle. And we are in right now in an in-between window, we call it. And in that in-between window, you have your maximum experience if you take a physical life form. Maximum experience meaning maximum ability to shift out negative karma. And of course, the idea is to just develop more positive karma than negative karma. So when you feel fear, when you feel anger, when you feel a negative thought coming on, it's actually quite simple. It's almost too simple, in that all you need to do is fill yourself with light. So the light technique that we do here will accomplish that for you. Conscious use of power will actually give you a resolve to a conflict that you have, which I teach on my website. So it's really important that you absolutely fill yourself with as much light as you possibly can, 24/7. You can't be a light seed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You also are a light seed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It is 24/7. And the more you practice, the more 24/7 it becomes. And the more we feel that, the more we are able to move it out. So if you have a moment of feeling fear, you light it up. If you have a moment of feeling anger, you light it up. That's what we do. And how do we change others who live in anger and fear and power of a negative fashion? We light it up. The more you light it up, the more you'll see that. I've talked about it before. I used to have this vision as a child. I would lie down in the alfalfa field where I grew up so that no one could find me. And I would talk to my angels, I would say. And I'd be like, what the heck? This place is so dense, so difficult, so hard. I can't understand how can we get through this? I mean, they eat each other. They do all sorts of really gross things. They kill each other. I don't know. And I was very young. I was maybe 11, 12. And they would show me this image of a frozen body of water. And there were these little candles on it, just candles. But if you looked carefully, where there were candles, the light, the flame, was slowly melting the ice. And then you'd see more candles and more light and more melting of that body of water, of that ice. So they changed from that solid, dense 3D state into a lighter, flowing water state. And that's what we're here to do. That's our job. And I'd be like, okay. So here we are. So many years later, seeing the water melting, becoming a body of water with pieces of ice, with icebergs in it, and no longer that solid, dense body of ice, of denseness. And we are becoming lighter and lighter, and we are flowing more and more in love and light. So when you feel a dark thought, you just send more light to yourself and to wherever that came from. And it will dissolve, and the ice becomes flowing water of love, light, and compassion. So keep up the good work. And we're going to keep going at this. So let's bring the light in. So I'm going to bring this up. Good. I'm going to do my cosmic dust oil, which I love. Lady Portia got me on a roll. I forgot this part. Bring it up through here. Cup your hands together. Deep breath in, right? And the ascension oil, nice clockwise circle, here and here. And if you ever get little crystals of the oil on the outside, just take an alcohol and wipe that off. It's just a drip that dripped. Okay. So visualize that light coming in from Source. And with this meditation, led by Lady Portia, who's in charge of the karmic board, we are going to dissolve as much karma we can in a few brief moments as possible. So we bring that light in, and it comes all the way down and out your feet into the earth. The mother holds on to that tether. And we bring that golden lariat around the grid of the mother so that we have a good, safe, sturdy ride. And she brings that up our back with an essence of herself in it. And now we ride the ride. We bring that orbit around and round and around. And we bring it up the back, and a water falls out the top of your head, sticks to all 12 of your auras. And let it come out, and let it radiate out as far as you can. Give it a good 20 inches. Wear as much of this light as you can, because it's going to make you strong and clear and kind. And we feel that connection at the well of the mother, and we know we are part of the whole, and that this whole thing is happening, that we are a catalyst to making that body of ice flowing water of love. And we bring it into the sacral, or the root first, the root chakra. And we feel that dissolving all of our old ego DNA. We don't need this anymore. We're dissolving those little pods of negative thought into flowing water of light, flowing rays of light. And we go to the sacral, and all that gobbledygook your ego was taught to believe or not believe, you now know is not the truth. The truth is love. It's not a concept. It's a feeling and a knowing. And you feel that in your conscious use of power on your spleen. So that more and more we're dissolving all of this old 3D junk. And we radiate that love out our solar plexus to everyone else, anyone who needs a little love. And that's everybody. And we move it onto our empathic shield. And we feel understanding. When you wear this golden garment that we're putting on, you are not able to judge. It will reduce your ability to judge the more you wear it, because it is pure love. And if you feel anger, or you feel grumpy, or you get pissed off, all you do is whack yourself with light and send that light and be that light. And that's the candle on the lake that dissolves this water. It makes this water turn into a flowing source of love. And we long for the day when it's just flowing and sweet and tranquil, not cold and rigid or dense. We send that light out our heart, because every time we get it, we share that. It helps everyone. That's why you're a light seed, because you are demonstrating what it is to be light. One breath at a time, one flame at a time. And your intention is that, to create a world of flowing love, light, kindness, compassion. And we just keep feeling that energy as we feel the light flow for the first time in so long within humanity, within ourselves. And we feel that intention. We feel that love from our heart to everyone, no matter who they are. You know, we share the same air. We share the same need for understanding, for love, because love is the answer, after all. And we express that in all that we are. And our intention is to be the light 24/7, without pause. And if it pauses, we just hit the restart button by just showering ourselves with light. And that telepathic nudge and our crown chakras together are in harmony. The crown shows that you are a light seed, and the telepathic notch is showing that you understand more and more. As we wear this light, we walk in a cocoon of light, connected heaven and earth, and protected on all sides. And we know that love is the answer. And we know that the more love we share, the faster we get there. I love you all, and I will see you next time.